This weekend, we celebrate the feast, the solemnity of the most holy body and blood of Christ. And this weekend, we have chosen to honor our graduates. There is a big connection and a correlation. As we reflect more on this powerful sacrament and this great sacrifice, you will get its meaning. It is so true. We are so selfish. We think about ourselves. It is well stated. No one lives for oneself and no one dies for oneself. We live for the other. The timing that Jesus selected to institute this very powerful sacrament, the eve of his passion, suffering, and death. Jesus, he was seeing in his mind, visualizing very clearly what all is going to be happening. That was agonizing, very painful. But Jesus is not ready to give it up. Just immersed in his own personal sufferings or pain, he wanted to perpetuate the love that he has for us by living with us, giving us this very powerful sacrament. Eat the body of Christ and drink the blood of Christ. When we look at it as we see it, or as we participate in the Eucharistic offering and receive the body and blood of Christ very frequently, it's a tendency that we have to take things for granted. We do. Sometimes at least we see, I'm not talking about anybody in particular, please don't take it personally. We see people leaving immediately after receiving the Eucharist. Maybe they have something more important to look into. But you know what one pastor did was, he was talking about that and he said, do you guys know who left in the middle of the Last Supper without finishing it? And everybody knew who it is. And the pastor said, but I don't want to speak more about that. But I would like to let you know what Saint Philip Neri did in his lifetime. When he was giving Holy Communion, he found one of the guys just received the Eucharist and he is leaving the church. So Philip Neri, he told his altar servers, two of them, to accompany him with lighted candles and one of them ringing the bell. Of course, he got so upset. He came back and he asked Saint Philip, what is wrong with you? You are insulting me. And Saint Philip said, no sir, you have Jesus with you. It is not for you we were ringing the bell or accompanying you with the candles. It was because of the Jesus in you. Many a time we don't think about it that much. We look into our convenience, comfort, our selfishness quite a bit. This great sacrifice, the sacrament, is very powerful, talking to us, reminding us the unselfish commitment that we need to have towards life, towards the others. We have one of the state governments back home in India, you may wonder this. They are seeing an alarming number of divorces. So the state government decided, before any couple going to get married, they need to go through a detailed and comprehensive married, we are going to allow them to get married. Why we have breakups? The selfishness in our life. We are not ready to give up. I, me, mine. Those are the terms we use very frequently. What Jesus did. He, at the Last Supper, the banquet, there are 4 words, very many, which we repeat all the time we celebrate the Eucharist. He took bread, said the blessing, broke it, and gave it to them. He took it, blessed it, and broke it, and gave it to them. We are God's masterpieces. No other creature is created in God's image and likeness. Only we people are Adam and Eve. We are God's masterpieces, not just in creation, but in the ongoing providential care that we find all throughout the scriptures. Man was rebellious, angry, drifting away from God, but God did not leave him. He was staying there with his love, always loving them and taking care of them. So we are very important. So he took the bread and he blessed it. If there is any impurity, any uncleanliness or something, it needs to be purified, said the blessing. He broke the bread. We are called to be broken for others. If we do not, our life is going to be very tragic. And then he gave it to his disciples. There is a big difference between the Eucharist and the Old Testament times sacrifices. In the Old Testament times, always the offering was something or some animal, whereas in the Eucharistic offering, we offer up ourselves. We are the body and we become the blood and we get to be one with Christ. The bread, several grains of wheat ground, tasted, all the preparations done, that's how we get the bread. If that sacrifice, for that sacrifice, the grains were not ready. They said, I want to retain my identity, I'm not ready to give up. He did not get bread. The same way, the wine, grape, several of them, crushed, and all the process being done, we get it. Should be able to give up, to sacrifice. Unless we are ready to give up, life is not going to be that sweet and we are for others. A Christian, his life is for others. Selfishness in Christianity has no place, no relevance. Dear friends, this applies very much to all the graduates who are celebrating this day and we people celebrating this day with them, ready to be broken for others, ready to be given up for others. Unless we have that readiness, all the wisdom that we acquire, all the knowledge that we can, going to be useless. And I wish and pray that the Lord give you the grace to be there for the other. I think a few years back I told you this story, but I thought maybe it is good to remind you again. One of the graduates, when he was 15 years old, his dad gave him a Bible. 15th birthday gift. You know what this boy did? Just like any teenager would do, throw it into a corner of the room. He never even bothered to touch that. It was covered with dust and all the dirt. His father saw that, but he never touched it either. When he came to his senior year, he told his dad, I have a wish. So the dad asked, what is that? When I graduate, I need a car, a fancy car, for my graduation gift. The dad said, oh, that's something I can think about, and I think that would be really good. You know, by that time, most probably you have the driver's license if you get it. I will think about what 3 conditions. The first one, he said, you have to get straight A's in your class. Not just 1 or 2 subjects, all the subjects. And the boy agreed. He said, yes, I will. The second one, he said, I gave you a birthday present to you when you were 15 years old, on your 15th birthday, the Bible. I see where it is. I see in the corner of your room covered with dust and dirt. I wish that you read the whole Bible from the start to the end at least one time before your graduation day. The boy said, fine, I will do that. The third condition was, this boy was never cutting his hair, not combing it or anything, forever. So the dad said, let us cut your hair and look presentable, be presentable. Days went by, the graduation day came. He got all A's and he read the Bible, but the hair he did not touch. But on the graduation day, the boy said, why don't you give me my gift, my graduation present? Dad said, I told you to do three things. You did 2. Why don't you cut your hair and comb it and be presentable? He said, Dad, why are you insisting on that? When you look into the scriptures, Jesus, Moses, and all the prophets, they had no hair. They never bothered to cut it. So why do you ask me to do that? Very smart. And the dad said, oh, I really appreciate your smartness. You read the Bible and you know these things. But he said, that is so true. But my son, they did not ride a car either. So, the gift is gone. We can be smart, but not over smart. Dear friends, my congratulations to all the graduates and their families, and all of us who celebrate the Feast of Corpus Christi. Let us be there for the other. Our hidden motives, our selfish ideas, it shall not prevent us being true Christians. Let us be true Christians in word and deed, and be there for the other. May the Lord bless all of you, and we pray in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen.